What's going on, guys? Back with another vlog. Want to make sure I'm focused. Some of these vlogs, man, sometimes this camera be acting up. Back with another prep vlog. I'm currently 2 weeks out, right? It is Thursday, and this upcoming Saturday, I'm gonna be 2 weeks out. So getting super damn close. Right here, I got this cool shaker bottle from Gorilla Mode, right? I just got their pre-workout, their black cherry. It's a Gorilla Mode pre-workout. It's they're black cherry flavored, and they're also their pump product. I got blackberry lemonade. It's their new flavor. Let's do a taste test. That is freaking good. That is amazing. You know, like I said in a previous vlog, I really enjoy Gorilla Mind's pre-workout, the Gorilla Mode, and Greg Doucette's pre-workout. Those are my two favorite pre-workouts. The only thing that's missing on the Gorilla Mind pre-workout is beta-alanine, and I actually bought some. I bought some beta-alanine. It's on its way, and I'm gonna put that in this pre-workout for sure. Beta-alanine is great because it helps with endurance. It helps with endurance, helps you recover better between sets. And considering I'm on prep, I gotta get that cardio in and burn those calories, right? So, man, guys, 2 weeks out. Remember my first vlog for this prep series was 7 weeks out, you know, and now we're 2 freaking weeks out. I'm feeling amazing. I woke up super tight this morning, right? I'm just getting tighter every single week. Every single day I'm seeing changes at this stage in prep, and I freaking love it. Like the current look that I have right now, I wish I can sustain it forever, you know. But I know that's not possible. You know, when come the off season, right, I'm gonna have to eat a little bit more, right, and I'm gonna have to put on a little bit of body fat. Like that's just the sacrifice that you have to make when you're trying to build muscle. You can't get too obsessed with the shreds, you know. So I know this look is only temporary, but man, I'm enjoying the moment. I'm gonna keep it for as long as I can. I'm gonna try to hold it for as long as I can, you know. Hopefully maybe by, I don't know, I'd say February or March, I'm gonna try to maintain, like, not single digit. I'm too bright right there, but not single digit body fat percentage. Of course, you know, that's hard, you know, but definitely I want to try to stay sub 10%. And I don't want to get up to 15%. You know, I know they say 15% is the standard. You should be aiming to get to 15% if you're above 15%. You definitely shouldn't be anywhere above 15%. Some people, quite frankly, aren't genetically wired, I would say, to be able to sustain sub 15%. You know, some people, once they get to 20% and under, they feel the hunger as if I were to be sub 10%. You know what I mean? Everyone has a certain threshold of body fat percentage. It's pretty much your body fat set point is what it's called. Everyone has a certain set point, right, where once they reach a certain body fat percentage, like their body starts to fight back. Your hunger hormones start to go all over the place. You start to get super hungry, right? And pretty much life is miserable at that point, right? Surprisingly, me at this stage, I haven't felt super hungry. I have woken up with some hunger pains, like I've mentioned in some of my other preps, you know, in some of my other videos, but it like comes and goes. You know, today I'm gonna be training shoulders. All right, I'm gonna be training shoulders and a little bit of triceps, a little bit of upper chest also. So it's a push day. I trained back yesterday. I think you guys have seen enough of my back workouts, right? But today I'm gonna be sharing with you guys a push day, and super stoked to show you guys how I'm looking right now. My shoulders especially are the most striated they've been, you know. And when it comes to shoulder training, right, if you really want to grow your shoulders, my best advice is to increase your frequency. All right, try to train the shoulders more often. When you train your shoulders more often, right, you give it more stimulus. And what's really cool about shoulders is that they recover very quickly, right? So you can stimulate them quite often and you'll see a lot of gains, as opposed to if you were to train them just once per week. You're missing out on several days throughout the week where you can stimulate them again to see even faster progress, right? Like, it's almost like I'm gonna butcher the quote, but Kobe Bryant, he said something along the lines where he would wake up like super early in the morning, like at 4 a.m, practice for 2 hours, eat, then go to his regular practice, right? Eat, recover throughout the day, and then practice again at night or something like that. So he would do triple the amount of work compared to the average basketball player, which is why he became so great, right? And the same concept you can apply to your muscles. If you're recovering properly between your workouts or from week to week, why not hit them again, right? And provide that extra stimulus. And I'm not just speaking out of my ass. Like, there's a lot of science to this and research done on frequency training, right? And what's super interesting about it all, like for those of you who are truly serious about building muscle, I'm about to talk some shit that might bore you, but whatever. I find it super fascinating that when you equate the same amount of volume, right? Say you do 10 sets in one workout, right? And you get another group of people. You get one group of people, they all do 100 people. They all do 10 sets in 1 week, in one workout for 1 day. Versus a second group, they do 2 sessions with 5 working sets. So they both have the same number of volumes, same number of reps. The only difference is that they split up the volume into 2. The group that split up the volume saw significantly more muscle gains compared to the group that trained the muscle just once per week. And the reason for that, there's many reasons why, right? Like, they theorize that it's because you're able to give a better quality reps and sets per workout. You're able to load up more weight, you know, and there's something called junk volume, essentially, or like fluff work, that there's a certain amount of volume that your body can handle for 1 day where you see no return on gains or diminishing returns, right? That's when essentially kind of like you're overtraining or something, right? So there's only so much volume you can do in 1 day where it gets to the point where it won't benefit you, right? So might as well split it up, give your body that time it needs to recover, hit it again, stimulate it again, and then recover and so forth, as opposed to demolishing, annihilating the muscle, right? Where you could have seen the same gains if you would have done like half of the volume, right, for that workout, and potentially even more gains if you would have done that workout again a second time, right? So just increase your frequency of the muscles that you're trying to grow. Like, I know for the off season, I'm super excited. I even have the workout in my mind kind of written up. I just gotta like really put it on paper. But I'm gonna be training quads 3 times a week will come the off season, because I really want to grow my quads. I'm gonna be hitting quads and a little bit of hamstrings, right? I'm probably gonna be hitting hamstrings once or twice per week, but I'm primarily focusing on quads Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, right? And Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm just gonna hit upper body. I'm like all of shoulders, chest, back. I'm just gonna hit all of upper body. Obviously, I won't see as much gains for my upper body, and that's okay. You know, I I want my legs to catch up, and it's not that I'm gonna lose any gains. I'm definitely not gonna lose gains for the upper body. It's quite easy to maintain muscle mass, right? You only have to do 1/3 of the volume that you normally do to maintain muscle, which is super little. Like, that's easy. That's almost like doing a warm-up set for each of the muscles, right? Like once or twice per week. So I'm just gonna be hitting upper body, right? Just twice per week, all of upper body, and I'm gonna be hitting legs, primarily quads, 3 times per week. And what that does, right? What that does is I save the energy and resources from my central nervous system and my muscles, right? Like the food that I'm gonna be getting in. I'm saving it and for my legs to purely just focus on growing my legs. All of my resources are going to be put to work to grow my legs, okay? And I'm super stoked to follow that program. So yeah, quads 3 times per week, and it's going to be so much fun. I'm looking forward to that. It's because I really want to grow my quads. Because if I step on stage again after this, who knows what's gonna happen. I do plan on stepping on stage again in the future, right? Obviously now for this show, but after this show, if I step on stage again, it's gonna be classic physique. Like, I want it to be classic physique, and it really depends. My mind can change, you know. My mind can change. Maybe I do so well in men's physique that I don't want to change divisions. You know, who knows how far I'll go in this sport, or in this division. But man, I feel like I just want big quads. And I know I have to make some major changes to my training. I've always trained quads like once or twice per week, and I know my quads aren't that responsive because I've been doing that for such a long time, for many years. And yeah, I've made some great gains. Don't get me wrong. I've made some great gains so far, but I want to make more gains. I want to make the gains come faster, right? I've seen guys make really great transformations, like in just a year worth of hard work and dedication to one muscle group, and see the changes. But me, my problem is I can't really pick what muscle I want to grow, so I put my focus on all of them. I try to hit everything as hard as I can, but I know I can't do that if I really want to focus for one muscle to grow, right? So I'm gonna be doing that. Feeling really good. I'm carbed up today. Today is a very high carb day. So I'm feeling good. Last couple of days was like moderate carbs. Now the next 2 days, Friday and Saturday, I'm gonna be depleting pretty hard, and it makes sense. I'm 2 weeks out, so we got to tap into the last bit of body fat. But I'm gonna be depleting pretty hard on these next couple of days. But it's all part of the process. Gonna finish this pre-workout, head to the gym, and show you my workout. I'm probably not gonna do a voiceover. I'm probably not going to talk over my workout. I'm just gonna film it and do a voiceover. So see you guys on the next clip. So guys, for this shoulder workout, I started again with the Smith Machine dual press from Panado. I absolutely love this machine because it gives you a really good stretch at the bottom, and they come in at the top, like I've said before. But you know, I like to keep my workouts pretty consistent. You know, if you're constantly changing up your routine, then you don't give your body an opportunity to get strong at the exercise. All right, so follow a program, right? Stick to the same workouts ideally if you can, right? Then give your body time to improve on that exercise. All right, so this was my top set. This is right here is my second top set with the same weight. I got two 22 pounds and an 11-pound plate. You know, and I have this all tracked on my phone. All right, I like to write down my lifts just to see how I'm progressing, and always trying to push for progress, either more reps, more sets, right, or more weight, right? And especially because I'm dieting, it's super important to try to build and maintain as much strength as possible to maintain my muscle. Here, that was my second top set. Here is a drop set, right? So I dropped a 22-pound plate, and again, pushing till failure, all right? And I may be doing partials in this set, but I like to push till I can't anymore, and then from there, I try to get partials, right? So no, I did not get partials. So I just did one drop set there. From there, I moved on to this Panetta incline press. I like to grab it here, neutral grip, because it works my front delts a bit more. And I also get a really good contraction on the upper chest, right? So my upper chest is a big weak point of mine, so I like to hit it twice. So I definitely like to hit it on my my shoulder day, and you can tell pushing as hard as I can, getting the reps in. And I want you to pay attention how I set up, right? I kind of bridge my upper body and really try to tuck my shoulder blades into the bench, keeping my chest out. This is what's going to help your shoulders stay safe as you're pressing and put all the tension on your chest. A big mistake guys do is they round over their shoulders forward. No, you want to arch your upper back as much as you can to make sure that you keep your shoulder blades in place. So I wouldn't say as much as you can, just really squeeze your shoulder blades back and down and keep them tight into the bench, keeping that chest up. Whatever you do, don't let your shoulders round forward. All right. So after the two top sets, I dropped a plate, right? This is a drop set right here, and just pumping it out, right? Trying to get as much blood into upper chest and front shoulders as I can. And right here, I'm hitting stretch partials, right? I love stretch partials. I try to get minimum 3, anywhere between 3 to 6, all right? From there, I moved on to cable lateral raises, by far my favorite lateral raise machine, because it fully stretches the medial delt and it maintains tension on that delt, as opposed to dumbbells. When you use dumbbells, there's no more tension once the weight is beside you, once it comes down to your side. But here, the weight, the cable is always pulling across your body, so there's always tension on that medial delt. And again, just trying to get as much blood in that shoulder as possible, supersetting it with this easy bar overhead tricep extension. You can always use a free weight easy bar and sit down on a bench, but I like using this machine, right? But provides a really great stretch, right? It trains the long head of the tricep. So, you know, keep in mind, I believe it's like 60% of your arm is made up of your triceps, right? Something crazy like that. So probably even more, like 80%. So if you really want bigger arms, you got to train your triceps to grow, all right? So here, pushing, got a couple partials. Then lastly, I finished off with reverse pec deck. For this exercise, I really try to make sure that I push the handles away from me and squeeze my back and control the negative. Really trying to stick my chest out. This is probably the best exercise for rear delts and dumbbell reverse flies as well. You know, but from there, moved on to posing. This is how I'm looking, right? This far out from prep, feeling really good. You know, I always like to practice my posing after lifting. You know, it just creates that routine, because come the day of the show, it's just like another day. You know, you pump up backstage and then you step on stage to pose. So the more you practice, the more comfortable you're gonna be on stage. All right, guys. So right here, I got my post-workout meal. I'm not having protein shakes or protein powder and rice cakes anymore, unfortunately. Here I got 5 ounces of chicken and 180 grams of white rice, pink salt. You know, very simple meal. We're sticking to whole foods now, so we're trying to stay away from the whey protein. Honestly, guys, it's been pretty hard for me to take out the whey protein completely. I've been having it for breakfast, but definitely starting tomorrow, I'm gonna take out the whey protein and replace it for egg whites, because I'm supposed to have 8 ounces of egg whites with 2 whole eggs, but I've been replacing the egg whites with whey protein instead. But man, the way I season my chicken is so good. I use this honey habanero like rub. I only put a little bit because seasonings have calories, right? So I just put a little bit. Starting Saturday, also I'm gonna have to eliminate the seasoning, unfortunately. You know, just because I want to keep everything consistent and really get peeled. You can't leave no tables unturned. And I feel like I'm in a really good position right now, as far as you guys be the judge, right? Based off of how I looked when I was posing earlier today. But I had a really good workout. I might as well show you the rest of my meals, right? This is my third meal. My pre-workout meal was pretty much the same. 5 ounces of chicken, 190 grams of white rice, not 180. And I also added 10 grams of almond butter. All right, so that's the difference. This one has no almond butter. On the next clip, I'm gonna show you my fourth meal. So I'm about to have my fourth meal. Check it out. I got 5 ounces of salmon, 180 grams of white rice, and I also have some 2 ounces of sauerkraut and 7 grams of olive oil. Okay, so this is gonna be my meal. Like I said, I'm having a lot of carbs today. Tomorrow and the day after, my carbs are gonna be significantly dropped. You know, we're gonna start depleting and, you know, getting the shreds even more shredded. So Friday and Saturday is gonna be pretty rough. Sunday, I carb up again a little bit, but still pretty low. I'm gonna be essentially depleting, so gonna really enjoy this right now because the next couple of days are gonna be rough. All right, but so far, guys, like I've been saying, you know, on all my vlogs, this prep has been the easiest prep by far. It's been smooth sailing. You know, I know some people out there have a really rough time with prep, and I've been there. My last 2 preps were really hard. My cardio went upwards to 55 minutes. Right now I'm only doing 40 minutes of cardio each day, and I attribute that a lot to incorporating the elliptical, right? And still doing my cardio even in the off season. In the off season, I kept my cardio in. Once prep started, my cardio just got better because I was being more consistent. I switched to the elliptical. The elliptical, after doing quite some research, I learned that it burns the most calories out of all the cardio machines. I wish more bodybuilders knew about this. You know, it'll make everyone's life so much easier, and it's very low impact. That's super important because you minimize muscle loss. So it's low impact. You burn a shit ton of calories because you're using both your arms and your legs. And an interesting study was done, you know, reading up on the elliptical, where they got all the best Olympic athletes in the world, and they compared and endurance athletes, right? And they tested their VO2 max and their stroke volume, right? VO2 max is directly correlated with longevity and also the amount of calories that you burn. That's how you test calories burned, is through VO2 max. And come to find out, cross-country skiers placed number 1 in the most amount of calories and burn, as far as having higher VO2 max and higher stroke volumes. And the reason for that is because they're using their entire body, their arms and their legs, like an elliptical, and they're doing that for very long distances, okay? So trust me guys, get good at the elliptical and you're gonna shed a lot of body fat because you're gonna be burning a lot of calories. You're gonna be able to eat more. If you're in contest prep, you're gonna be able to eat more during prep. You're not gonna have to diet so hard, right? It's still not gonna be easy, but you're gonna be burning a lot of calories, all right? Hope this helps. So it's still not time for me to have my next meal, but I do wanna show you something that might help you guys out big time. All right, right here, I just got done doing 5.5 cups of rice, cooking 5.5 cups of rice with this little thing right here. All right, this is like a Chinese rice cooker. The brand is Tiger. I got this on Amazon for, I don't know, like 100 and something bucks. Super cheap, right? And super convenient. Okay, highly recommend you guys invest in one of these. It makes your life so much easier to cook things in bulk. Here, I have some chicken cooked up already. All right, sorry if the quality's kind of off. Still learning how to work this damn camera. Oh, it's fogging up. But also another thing to invest in is one of these. This Ninja Grill air fryer. It's really big. There's a lot of space to cook, you know, your proteins like your chicken, fish, steak. What's amazing about the Ninja air fryer grill thing is that you can cook a lot of protein in bulk in very, very, very fast. Like for example, I can cook all of my chicken, like 3 or 4 days worth of chicken in literally like 10 to 15 minutes. It takes me roughly like maybe 5 minutes to season the chicken, right? And then as I'm seasoning it, it's preheating, and then by the time I'm done seasoning, it's done preheating, and I just throw it in there for like 8 minutes, and it's completely done cooked to perfection. All right, and the same thing with my steak. I put it in there for roughly 7 to 8 minutes and it cooks it medium rare, perfect, just like how I like it. So highly recommend you invest in appliances like this. It just makes your life so much easier. So guys, it is 9 p.m. on the dot and about to have my last meal. I like saving this meal for last. It's my absolute favorite meal. I have right here, hopefully it focuses, but 5 ounces of sirloin steak, 190 grams of rice, and 2 ounces of green beans. That's my vegetable of choice. But check that out, guys. It is delicious, delicious, delicious. I've been eating steak this whole entire prep, which has been honestly amazing. I know like for last preps I had towards the end, I've had to resort to things like tilapia, just pure chicken breast, and it was just miserable, you know. But we've been able to keep in sirloin steak throughout this whole entire prep. And if it's not sirloin steak, it's lean ground beef. So I've been able to keep my fats pretty high this whole prep. Honestly, I don't know how or why, but this prep, I'm putting a little bit of pepper on my rice, but this prep, we haven't had the need to take out so many foods or swap out so many foods. We've been able to stay super consistent with the meals, just because my body keeps responding. And again, just like I said earlier, I attribute it to the elliptical. I burn so many calories with that thing, so it allows me to keep, you know, tastier foods. It allows me to eat more calories. It's about calories in versus calories out. Like, you can't beat the science, you know. But I'm gonna enjoy this meal. I absolutely love steak. It's supposed to be my second meal, but I replaced my second meal with my pre-workout meal, and I moved this meal for my last meal. You know, it Doesn't really matter if I have all that matters is that I get the calories in and I split up my meals. Doesn't matter what order I get in the meals, as long as my pre-workout meal and post-workout meal stay the same. All right. So this can literally be my breakfast, and I can have my breakfast meal for dinner. It's all that matters is that I get in all my meals for the day, and I'm gonna enjoy this meal. And even the green beans, like, I buy my green beans frozen. It's just so convenient. I weigh it out frozen. I microwave it for about a minute or like 70, 75 seconds. And they're pretty much done. That's how I eat my vegetables. I don't waste too much time cooking them. And I'm kind of a psychopath. I can eat bland food like this. I just add a little bit of salt and I'm good. In this meal also I added 7 grams of olive oil. So again, my fats are still pretty high. As of Saturday, I'm gonna be 2 weeks out, so super pumped. Guys, a lot of people I know neglect their veggies. And look, when it comes to vegetables, just find the one that you enjoy and stick to it, okay? Very, very simple. Start off like that. Obviously, variation is super important, but if you're a beginner and you really don't like vegetables, you gotta pick one, man. Like, you gotta grow up, be an adult, and eat your vegetables, right? They have a ton of fiber. They fill you up more, so you eat less calories, right? So you have more food for less calories, which allows you to burn body fat, right? Because again, calories in versus calories out. You know the deal, all right? So it helps you be in that calorie deficit. Also, it's very good for all of your organs. It's good for your digestion. It's good to keep your blood sugar in check, right? It's good. It helps you get enough nutrients in, right? Nutrients for your body to function properly. Promise, once you start eating more clean, you start incorporating vegetables, your energy is going to skyrocket. Your performance is going to skyrocket. Your mental clarity is going to skyrocket, all right? So this is going to be my last meal, guys. After this, I'm going to go to bed. I am so tired. I'm going to have my bedtime supplements like the ones you saw on my previous video. You're going to have the Apigenin, Myo-Inostal, and all the other sleep supplements I like. But yeah, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give this video a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want from me, any questions or concerns you may have regarding nutrition, training, and I'll do my best to answer all your questions, all right? But catch you guys on the next video. Peace.